Welcome back. Chuckie Hassong is joining us again from the K-State Extension Service, here with another exciting recipe. The last couple of visits you've had with us, we've cooked New Orleans style, we've cooked Mexican taco salad, and now we've got something Indian.
Yes, I like cultural foods. I kind of enjoy all that differences. Tikka masala is what we're going to make today, and it's really just it's a typical Indian dish, and it is so good. I love this one. This is one that is it's a little bit complicated. I've been wanting to do this one, but it's a little bit complicated, so I hope I can get the general idea across.
But if you've never cooked Indian food before, would this be a good starter one?
It's a great start, and I think sometimes people think that there's so many spices in Indian food. I liked this recipe in particular because it's really spices that I honestly had.
Oh,
awesome. It's cinnamon, cumin, things that I really already owned.
Awesome.
So it wasn't like buying all the, and it's not spicy. Just because you think it has all these spices in it, it's not spicy as in hot. You can make it hot if you want to. But
it's going to smell great, though. I can smell it now.
Yeah. So one of the things I think that's really cool that they do for this dish is that this is obviously some chicken breasts that I've cut up. There's 3 chicken breasts I cut into cubes. I'm not going to touch them because I won't touch anything else. But we do 1 cup of plain yogurt, and I actually did vanilla one time because that's all I had, and it was fine too. So the enzymes in the yogurt though help break down the protein, and so it makes it really tender and moist. It's so yummy. Love, love, love it. So about a cup of yogurt goes in there, and a tablespoon of lemon juice. And you don't like when I make you do this one, so
no,
I'm doing it.
Make me all sticky.
I know, now I'm going to be sticky, but 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Yep, fresh, and you can use jarred if you want to. And then in here, I put all the spices together so I didn't have them all strung out. I'll give those to you, though. It's a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, which meat and cinnamon sometimes is a little weird for us Americans, but cayenne pepper, black pepper, all of that goes in there. Looks like a lot. And then this is ginger root, and it's the way and this is one of those things that kind of intimidates people too. It's kind of an odd little animal, but you basically take a spoon and you just scrape the outside skin off, toss that aside, and then cut off what you think you're going to need. Ours calls for a tablespoon. The way I handle it, I didn't get all the peeling off of there. The way I handle it, I just like a piece of garlic. I just smash it.
And it's great because our knife is slightly dull, so that it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah. You just want to make sure your hand's flat when you're doing that. It can be a dangerous endeavor. This thing's rocking, making lots of racket. So a tablespoon of fresh ginger goes in there. And
if you didn't have fresh ginger, you probably could get away with ground ginger.
Yeah, you could. Just remember that ground ginger would be a lot stronger. So you would not want a tablespoon. Yeah, about a teaspoon of salt. My little salt container doesn't want to come open. So about a teaspoon of salt. And then you can stir that up for me.
Okay. Kind of.
Stir that up, please. Okay. All right. So we're going to stir this up, and then it's supposed to sit in the refrigerator for 1 hour or overnight. It's fine too. But the enzymes in that yogurt will start to break down the proteins in the chicken, and it makes it really moist and yummy on the inside. So after we do that, then we will actually grill the chicken. It's great for this time of year because, of course, the grill's fired up, but I'm sick of hamburgers. I'm sick of steaks. God forbid I'm sick of steaks, but you kind of get sick of that. You kind of get sick of the same old thing. So this is a fun thing to do on the grill. So I then, after it's soaked or marinated, I took the pieces and I grilled them outside, and then we'll go on to our next step when we come back.
Okay, and we're going to finish up after the grilling step when we come back after birthdays later in the show. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're going to finish off this tikka masala. I'm so excited to taste this.
Yes, it is yummy. So you have your, we have a little bit of butter in the bottom of that pan. We're going to make a sauce. It's kind of, in our world, I guess we'd probably call it a gravy of sorts. We're going to make a sauce. This has jalapeno in it, so this is where you can adjust the heat. If you don't like jalapeno, don't put it in there. If you're scared of it, don't put it in there. But remember, you can always adjust the heat a little bit by taking the membrane and the seeds out.
Right. Then if you want it super spicy, leave them in.
If you like it spicy, then leave it in. I took it out because I want to make sure everybody can eat it on the staff here. So the other thing we're going to put in there if that butter gets going is a little bit of garlic, and that's just a clove of garlic. Just kind of the same way we do with the ginger, just whack it, so you smash it, and then that gives you a beginnings of a nice little fine mint. And if I was doing this at home, I would take a little more time to make sure that was really minced, but it's good enough for who it's for. All right, so we're going to saute that jalapeno pepper and that garlic for right at a minute, just kind of get it started.
Okay.
And then we'll let you go with that for a little bit. And then I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of paprika, Which, you know, only thing we ever use paprika for in my house otherwise is the top of deviled eggs for decoration, right? Do you use it for other things?
There's a few things.
So I don't use a lot of
I'm
paprika.
trying to think of what I use it for, but I mean, I have it and I use
Right.
it.
But paprika is something normally people
And I
would
never
have,
make deviled eggs, so I got to use it for something else.
You use it for something. This is cumin, and so just 2 teaspoons of that as well. And you know that we put a lot of seasoning in the chicken marinade to start with. And
cumin
this
was one of
seems
those
like
in
a lot
there,
of it
too.
again, but yes, cumin was in there. So 2 of each of those, 1 teaspoon of salt, and I am going to measure this because I don't want it to get too salty.
Would you say cumin is your like standard Indian spice?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's in everything.
In all of my vast experience of Indian cooking here. All right, 1 little can of tomato sauce, not tomato paste. I think that's probably good enough. You know, a lot of cultures actually brown their spices like this, so this is actually what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
Saute it with the seasons in there. It kind of opens them up. They call it making them bloom, so they really bloom up there. We're going to add 1 little can of tomato sauce. And then this is the delicious part, right?
Oh, the heavy cream.
And it says 1 cup, so 1 cup is 8 ounces. Therefore, I know I can use this.
Oh, perfect.
Aren't I sassy like that, so I don't have to dirty a measuring cup? Woo.
Helps
That goes
get
in
the
there.
rest of that tomato sauce out of there too.
Yeah, for sure. So that goes in there. So we're going to cook that like that, simmer it on low heat until sauce thickens about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Then we're going to put our chicken in there and let it cook in there for another 10 minutes after that. And I'm just going to put it in there so that you can taste it. You guys get the gist of it that way.
Yeah, you got to imagine it with it fully
And of course, it would
completed.
have 3 breastfuls of it in there, and it would be pretty full. So that would kind of be the gravy of it, and then we serve it over a rice, and
Okay.
That's actually a jasmine
So how long
rice.
do you cook the chicken in there?
10 minutes. You cook the sauce for 20 minutes, then add the chicken, and you cook it another 10.
Okay, so clearly this needs 30 minutes of cooking.
Yeah, but it's cooked through, but you can get the idea that way.
We'll try that. Let's talk a little bit about programs you guys have going on in mid-August. So
Yeah, you know, we've just been kind of tying up the fair and getting the
Yeah.
fair finished up, and it's ready for back to school. Check our website. You can come see what our programs have going on all the time. We have something, wildcatextensiondistrict.com.
okay, and I'm going to eat this as we go to break. Looking forward to this.
Give it a
Tikka masala.
try.
Hey, and go to our website at KOAMTV.com later this morning to get this recipe. Guarantee it's going to be good.
It is a good
All
one.
right, we'll be right back.